Bonjour, happy F-Series Friday, happy anniversary, thank you for coming along on this journey with us. I'm not going to waffle too much now, but we're just going to get straight into the video. Stick around to see if we answered your questions, and also stick around for the thank you message from all of the girls at the end of the video. Let's go!
So my favourite part of F-Series so far is there's nothing specific that I've really loved. Well, that sounds like I haven't loved anything. There's nothing like specific that I can highlight, but I think just kind of the way we've been received in the community is just something I never expected would happen. Obviously, you know, we're pushing boundaries and we're showing that women can be in motorsport, and for me that's just the best part of having such a powerful group, and just being able to do content we enjoy every week is just something that I didn't even picture myself doing when I came into the community. So my favourite thing is just spending amazing time and making amazing memories with my favourite girls.
I think my favourite part of F-Series so far has just been meeting the girls and like being their friend and like watching our friendship grow, because we've just got so close over the past year. And also just the fact that we now have such a big community, and like we get to talk to you guys and all you guys come to the premieres and we get to chat on there. And I think that's probably one of my favourite parts, just how much we talk to all of you guys, and you all turn up to our premieres. I think that makes us feel so good. Like that makes us think, okay, we're doing it, like we're doing this really well.
So I think my favourite part of F-Series so far has definitely been the Secret Santa. I think that was just so lovely doing the Secret Santa with all my girls, and it was so funny. Like we got silly presents, we got serious presents. It was just such a lovely end to the year.
My favourite part of F-Series so far has to have been probably when we hit 1,000 subscribers, because it was the weekend that me and Kira were down south in London at the Veloce office filming Backseat Driver. So it was really exciting because me and Kira were together at that same point. I think that was the first time as well, maybe, that F-Series girls had met up. So that was really exciting because me and Kira got to obviously experience that together. It would have been even better if all of the girls had been there to experience it, but that's probably the best memory that I've made because it was an in-person memory. But I'm sure it will get overridden when I see all of the girls all together and we have a party.
To be fair, I need to give myself more time for SpindyCar and like the American motorsports, but Formula E, no, wrong one. Extreme E. I think it's got such good intentions behind it, but from a pure racing series, I don't know if I'm on board with the racing of it, but obviously the intentions and ambitions behind it and the kind of preservation aspects, or like world preservation and awareness raising, is obviously really such a good initiative.
There is no motorsport that I don't get the appeal of, because I can see why they're interesting to different types of people. But the one that I have tried and just can't vibe with is, oh my god, the Indy 500. Personally, it's just really not for me. Obviously, it is an oval track, and I already don't like oval tracks because it's literally one direction and you don't have the excitement of high-speed corners or low-speed corners or whatever. There are no corners, really. So I've tried to get into it. It's a really long race as well. And yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. I have tried it. Honestly, I have. But yeah, it's not that I don't get the appeal of it, it's just that it's not for me.
I just don't really get into Formula E, and I know that other girls do. If it's on, I will watch it, but I don't really get into it that much. I think it's just because I didn't watch it from the beginning and I was trying to get into it, but there's like one race, one person will be disqualified because of tyres, even though they've only got 3 sets of tyres, and I just don't get the hype around Formula E, but that's just me. I know the girls love it, so yeah, I just don't really watch Formula E. I don't really get Formula E.
I literally watch everything, and I was trying to sit here and trying to think of somewhere, and I just don't know, because like electric racing appeals to me, Formula 1 appeals to me, feeder series appeals to me. I think one of the big things is probably like a series would not appeal to me if it's something that is inaccessible to me, so if it's something that I can't watch. So maybe even to an extent NASCAR, it's not that I don't see the point in it, but I think it's just because I don't know, I don't really see it to watch it. But like even IndyCar, I love IndyCar, so like I couldn't even say that. So like I really don't know. That's really bad. There probably is one, but I can't think of it right now.
So my YouTube anniversary is just a week before the F-Series girls one. So I actually hadn't met any of the F-Series girls and I didn't know about them until after they posted their first videos. So I'm going to let somebody else take this one for a swing so somebody else can answer this question.
So we decided to start making videos together. Probably, what? I was about to say probably like a year ago now. No, this is what this is, Kira. This is the anniversary. A year ago.
So me and the girls were in a group chat, a big content creator group chat, and we were the only 5 girls in it. So this is back in, oh my god, like June, July last year.
I'm gonna say it was my idea. And I don't know if the other girls are gonna say this, but it was definitely my idea because I was like, one evening, hello girls, why don't we make a little video, all of us together? Because we were in a little group chat together, chatting away, and I was like, you know what? Let's make a video. Nando's been signed. Let's go complain. And complain we did. But yeah, in terms of like the growth of F-Series, it's definitely been a great effort and it's been all of our ideas and ambitions and aspirations put together that we've all kind of helped it along its way.
So I have snacks for every race. You've always got to have something sweet. You've always got to have something savoury. And if it's a lunchtime race, you've got to have something filling, like a sandwich or sausage roll or bread, something. So yeah, those are the 3 requirements. Oh, also a bowl of fruit. You've got to have some fruit there. It's an apple, it's a bowl of strawberries and raspberries, anything. So those are the 4 requirements, and I will just nibble on them throughout the entire race.
So I don't really eat during the races. In terms of like snacks, I'm addicted to ice cream at the minute, like ice lollies, ice cream. Oh, yeah, ice cream.
My go-to F1 snack is quite simply like a biscuit bar, whatever I've got in the cupboard. They're the things I just grab anyway because they're the things that are there. You know, like penguin bars, that type of thing, or like not a Caramac. What do you call them? Is it a Caramac? No, not a Caramac. I don't know. Do you know like a biscuit bar? It's not a chocolate bar, but it's not like a biscuit bar.
Oh my god, so during the French Grand Prix, I ate a whole bag of popcorn. I think even if you ask my boyfriend, he would say popcorn, or he'd say like crisps, or like probably like Doritos or something like that. I eat popcorn all the time. That is my go-to snack at the moment.
But I could also pick up a Pepsi can, if you know what I mean. Quite difficult to open with the nails, but I would probably pick one of those up. Now this is really difficult. What is your guilty pleasure, your motorsport guilty pleasure? I don't even know. Like what? The whole weekend? There's definitely going to be something. People could probably tell me what mine is more than me actually telling myself.
I mean, we all know I love a bit of gravel, but also, as long as everyone is actually safe and it's all fine, a turn 1 crash, it just spices things up. Like, I can't believe we've not had a turn 1 crash yet. It has literally been, how many races? We've had like 10 races and there's not been a turn 1 incident yet. Like, the drivers are just doing very well at not bumping into each other. You'd think that they would be, but normally they're not.
I just have a big soft spot for Pierre because I just see how he was treated and how he's come back, and I'm just like, yes, like go on, you do that.
I don't have a guilty pleasure because I will front all of my likes and dislikes to you straight up. So there is nothing that I secretly like, but I guess you could say that the most controversial thing that I like is probably a person, a driver, and that's probably Lucas di Grassi, because I think he is a very Marmite person and there are a lot of people that either love him or hate him, and I'm on the side that loves him. I find him a really, really interesting character. I really like him as a driver. I really like him as a person. He reminds me a lot of Lewis Hamilton in that he's very outspoken on the things that he thinks are important, and even though sometimes they can get lost in translation or be misinterpreted by people, I know that his intentions are pure, I guess, and I don't know, I just really like him. So if it's a guilty pleasure, then I guess it's Lucas di Grassi, but I don't think it's guilty because I'm telling you it right now and I'm not ashamed.
Feeder series, can that even be a thing? Do you actually know what I love? No, I can actually say this. It's you hear it on camera a little bit, but in person it's ridiculous. It's the engines popping on a F2 and F3 car, especially an F2 car. Oh my god, the engine like pops and you can see the fire come out the back of it, and I love it. I'm obsessed with it. Editing, I mean, big props to Steph and Donnie for this. When we first started, Donnie was the one that made all our graphics and really done all that sort of stuff. To be honest, looking back on it, Donnie literally done so much work for F-Series when we were like alternating on each of our channels before we got our own channel.
Donnie has the logins to all of our YouTube channels because she had to upload all of the videos onto our channels.
And as you can see, like every video, the quality's improving. Donnie and Steph are both learning as well. Things are picking up, things are more in time, graphics are better. And then since Steph started editing for us as well, she's been amazing. She's honestly like a really, really, really good editor. If you do need an editor, I don't know if she's got time, so maybe you don't, but she's a very good editor. And she'll be editing this one as we speak. As I'm just sitting here talking, she will be editing it.
So the thing that I think we have improved the most at is just our professionalism and like slickness. Steph is so good at editing the videos. She makes them look so well put together. Kira is so good at social media. She just gets our Twitter going. And then Charlotte makes so many good graphics. Kira as well makes our thumbnails. They look so good now. Like, I love the way our thumbnails look. I just think they look so nice. Charlotte on social media making graphics, like International Women's Day graphics. I just think the girls are so good, and they're just so good, aren't they?
I think we've improved the most of like how we film, because obviously, like I said before, we started just on a Zoom call, and I think we've improved, and like as we've got closer we just bounce off each other, so it's really nice. It's literally like how videos are, just a chat, and I think you guys can see that as well, like just how nice it is.
And also, what I will say is we've improved more with our rapport on camera, because it's difficult to know when to speak in a video or when to interrupt or when to let somebody talk. And I think that in the beginning we were a little robotic, and now we've kind of got into the swing of things. We know kind of when is best to start talking. We know when somebody else is on a roll and to leave them to it. So I think that we've got real good at understanding each other's boundaries and understanding each other's vibes when we're on camera.
I do have to say, this season, my opinions on Esteban have changed a bit, because I thought he was going to come back and he is going up against Alonso, and I thought, no, he's not going to do it. But he's been performing really well, and I know Tina's will be happy about that, because I always say Ocon. But this season he has been doing really well. So I think my opinions have changed on him. I'm not saying he's my favourite driver, I'm not saying I even like him, but I do think my opinions have changed on him because he is doing really well.
So a driver that I disliked and now really like is actually Sebastian Vettel. I got into Formula 1 properly after his domination era, so I didn't see that, so I couldn't give judgment on that. Especially the time where I really got into it was like 16, 17, 18, you know, when Seb was kind of now coming up with the Ferrari, and obviously him and Lewis had a couple of battles in, I think it was 17 or was it 18, I can't even remember. And obviously being that Lewis fan, you always look at someone even a little bit worse, so it was definitely Sebastian Vettel, especially with the incidents that they'd had on track, Baku being one of them, and you know, Canada and stuff like that. So it was definitely Sebastian Vettel, and now I'm absolutely obsessed with the man. I think a lot of people can say that, like, he's literally F1 Twitter sweetheart. I'm obsessed with the man. He's so lovely, everything he does, I wish him well.
I think our love for Yuki was definitely influenced by Kira, and our love for the junior series as influenced through her. So yeah, I think definitely Yuki is a driver who I might not have been as like cheery for if it hadn't been kind of Kez introducing us to the junior series.
The driver who my opinion of has changed is probably Sergio Perez, and it is because I was a big Esteban Ocon fan in the 2017-18 Racing Point Force India dramas, and so obviously Checo is kind of the villain in Esteban's story. I didn't particularly like him. I didn't think he was one of the big personalities in the paddock, and I could take him or leave him. However, last year when he got dropped, it kind of woke me up, because I thought this driver deserves to be on the grid, and I saw him for a really likeable, nice guy that he is, and I really, really like Sergio Perez now. It's so strange. I've done a complete U-turn.
Dawny got her nickname of Doorknob, I think, through Steph. I want to say, I actually don't know the answer to that question. I think it was through Steph. Dawny, Doorknob, I don't know. Really, it's not my question.
I was giving everyone nicknames, which is, I was putting Sk in front of everything, which is why the girls call me Skef. That's why sometimes you'll hear us refer to Charlotte's boyfriend Elliot as Skell. It's just because I like to put skirt in front of things, and unfortunately Skadorny doesn't really work, so we had to come up with something else.
We used to call her Chardonnay, because after the wine, because me and Elliot first met, we got a bottle of Chardonnay, we was like, oh my god, that sounds like Dawny.
I don't really know how I got my nickname Doorknob. I think it's just a play on Dorney, because it's like Dorney, Doorknob. I don't really know. We've all got silly little nicknames. I think we call each other our nicknames more than we call each other our real names at this point in time.
I think it would be Kira, because she's an influencer. She's a little fashion influencer, motorsport influencer on her Instagram. And oh no, she's very fussy when it comes to men. Unless she look like Pierre Gasly.
Me and Kira were both quite fussy. I think it could take us a while to settle in. The thing is with Kira is if the question was who's most likely to go on Love Island, it would 100% be Kira. But I don't think she'd win because she's too fussy, and also she's quite intimidating. That's what I feel about Kira, so I feel like some of the boys might be scared of her.
If we were on Love Island, I would definitely win because I want to go on Love Island and I applied this year.
Steph would go in and wouldn't talk to any of the guys. She wouldn't like any of them, so she'd just be there getting a free little holiday.
Steph just probably wouldn't talk to them. No, she would. Maybe Steph. I feel like she'd be more diplomatic. I keep saying that word.
Dawny would be hopping from man to man. Actually, Dawny would come in Casa Amor just to, you know, cause chaos. And I think
Dawny would just swap men every 5 minutes. And
me and Kaz might cause some drama, but yeah, I think Charlotte would be the nation's sweetheart and she would win.
I think Charlotte would 100% win because she'd couple up on day one with somebody. She'd be such a sweetheart. Everyone would love her. She'd remind me a bit of like Danny from Jack and Danny. And so I just think she'd go all the way to the finals.
I don't know if this could be classed as underrated, but I think Carlos is quite underrated because obviously he beat Lando in the McLaren and he's gone into Ferrari and is absolutely smashing it. Like, he's driving so well. I do also think Pierre is also underrated just because of what we saw from him in Red Bull wasn't that great. But if you look how he's performing in AlphaTauri, I don't think people give him enough credit. Like, he's gone back there, he's slotted back in and he's literally getting everything out of that car.
I think Carlos is definitely up there, along with Lance. We all know he has his moments. Daniel Ricciardo, I feel, is underappreciated at the minute, but also underperforming.
Underrated driver on the grid, I'm gonna come back to Mr. Nicholas Latifi. I feel like we're all sleeping on him a little bit because he is stuck in that Williams right now and isn't really capable of showing what he is actually made of. But I do think that he is a good driver and he is a solid midfield driver. Once Williams has sorted itself out and got a little bit better in the upcoming years, I do think that we will see his talent. And yeah, I just think we're sleeping on him a little bit.
I would say Nick de Vries. I know that he's somebody that is very controversial with this because obviously he spent a couple of years in F2 and he did win that championship quite late on in his career, and he's obviously an older guy. Well, he's not older, but he's older in terms of winning an F2 championship. But I still believe he should have had a shot in Formula 1, and obviously with no backing from any team and also not enough money, he wasn't able to do that. So somebody that I think is underrated and needs a little bit more respect on his name is definitely Nick de Vries.
Who looks like they can party? Checo? Checo might be a bit groovy.
You all know that I would want to become friends with Senna because I do have a real soft spot for him. He is one of my favourite drivers of all time.
If I could be friends with any Formula 1 driver, it would be Lewis Hamilton. I know a lot of people think that it would be Pierre Gasly, but actually it wasn't. It would be Lewis, and Lewis has always been somebody that I've always said I want to be friends with. Like, literally from where I go, I was like, I just feel the vibe from him that we could be friends. Me inside could fit into his lifestyle.
I feel like such an obvious answer would be Daniel.
If you don't say Daniel Ricciardo, who are you? Are you sane? He just seems like a cool guy to hang out with. So yeah, all three of them. Is that an option?
I would love to become friends with Jensen Button. I just love him. I think he'd be a great friend. I just think he'd be really nice, and like he's so knowledgeable as well, and I'd love to like know like his stories and like what he like, and talk about like his opinions on things. So I think I'd choose Jensen.
I would also say Jensen Button because he is just a bit of a cheeky chappy. I feel like we'd have a good time.
Who else is there? Jensen Button? Do you reckon he looks fun? I'm just thinking of British people. I'm really not thinking of British people. Daniel's not British.
It's not going to be Dorney, because Dorney is the least violent of us all. She's not confrontational at all.
See, Steph is very small, but she's very feisty. So I feel like she'd be in for a run-in, but also I'd have to back myself because I go from 0 to 100 real quick, and the girls can vouch for me. So I think it'd be between me and Steph.
I think Charlotte could get the claws out and be a bit violent, and I know that Kira could be violent when you want to. Don't get on Kira's bad side. You could definitely end up in the mud.
Charlotte, she'd try, but she'd probably end up crying. Steph would try, but she's too short, she'd just get pushed over.
Odds on might be Steph, but she doesn't have the height. So I don't know if that would kind of hinder her.
And Donnie wouldn't bother, so I think that does leave me with my big guns. I'm not gonna do that. Embarrassing.
I feel like Kira, she might give the talk, but I feel like she wouldn't actually fight, and I feel like Donnie would just not have the effort to fight. So I think it's between me and Steph.
Probably one Sonoda size. No, two Sonodas. One Gasly size. No. Oh my god, I actually read this question wrong, so I actually don't know.
I would rather fight one peer-sized Yuki Sonoda.
Two Sonoda-sized Gaslys. Why would you want to be fighting Yuki? That little boy has a lot of anger in him right now. I want to stay as far away from that as possible. You will not catch me fighting any form of Yuki Tsunoda. Doesn't matter if he's the size of George Russell. Doesn't matter if he's the size of me. I will not be fighting Yuki. He needs to get that anger out somewhere else before he comes to fight me.
I feel like Yuki, although you see what I'm swearing on the radio, I think he wouldn't fight me very well. So I think I'd fight one Gasly-sized Yuki. That is a very good question. That is a very good question.
So me without Formula 1. Can I say Formula 2, Formula E? No. It's quite difficult. When I sit here and I think what I do without motorsport, it's actually quite sad because I can't really think of many things. I'm sure my friends can probably think of more things than I can. I'm not very good at self-assessing.
Describing me. Okay, I am a woman of many different talents. I love musical theatre. I will watch musical theatre all day, every day, in between F1 races. I did a lot of shows growing up, so I was always in dance productions, I was always in musical theatre shows. I've even been doing them at university. I haven't done any obviously since I've started my YouTube channel, so don't know how I'd balance that. But yes, I sing, I dance, I act. The most recent one I did was Legally Blonde in 2019, where I co-choreographed as well, and that was super fun because I played Serena, one of the Delta Nu / cheerleader chicks. So that was really fun.
I'd say I'm kind of fun. Like, I'm very spontaneous. Like, you could say, should we go? And I'm like, yeah, let's go. I love traveling, and I'm always up to do things. Like, I just want to be doing stuff all the time. Like, love making memories. So yeah, that's me.
I feel like I'm a really sociable person, and I love interacting with people, going on little days out, doing stuff. So yeah, just having a wee social life, a wee social butterfly. But equally, I do really like being alone as well. I love like mental health, mindfulness, gratitude, so just kind of like some self-care stuff as well, like a wee self-care day doesn't go amiss. But yeah, what do I love? Holidays. I've not been on holiday in so long.
I love going travelling, I love going on holidays, and obviously you guys know that I'm a bit obsessed with languages, so I have been teaching myself Italian recently. and I obviously do Spanish and Portuguese for my university degree. I've been teaching myself Italian, and I'm also trying to get back into Catalan because I am picking it up as a new module again on my uni course when I go back in September. So I'm trying to get back into Catalan. So currently I'm doing 4 languages, which is a lot, but I'm obsessed, and they're all Romance languages, so it's not too bad for me. But I'm gonna go bold with my next language, and I'll probably go with Arabic or Japanese. Good luck.
I love music, I love Netflix, I love going out with my friends when I can, I love making memories with them. I'm an animal rights activist, so I really push for that, and that's something that I really want to do more when I move out and just have a little bit more time, is to go and work with some places for animal rights, whether that's a pet like cats and dogs, or whether it's, you know, even in like the rainforest to help out the endangered animals there, whether it's our wildlife, probably more so our wildlife I would really like to do, because I live in Norfolk and it's not just in the sticks like everyone thinks, but obviously we do have places where I can go, so I'd love to do that.
So I would say I'm a very, not a very sporty person, but I love sports. Like my house, everyone, we watch sports all Sunday, all Saturday, everything. Every time there's cricket on, we watch it. Football, obviously love it. F1, love it. We've got a box at Twickenham where my dad's work, so we go there all the time.
I'm a bit of a boring person, that's all I really do. I'm going to be a homeowner soon, so I feel like I'm a little bit of an interior designer. So I do love homeware and stuff, so maybe I might turn into some sort of home freak, but I probably won't.
What didn't I know before F-Series? The girls? Is that such a cop-out answer? I didn't know the girls before, but now I obviously like them.
One thing I didn't know before I came into F-Series is probably how to work as a group. I feel like that's something that I've really worked on. When I used to do it at school, I would absolutely hate it. I'm very much an individual person, even with like friendships and stuff. I've always had like good friends around me, but like, I've always preferred to be by myself, and like working with a group is disgusting. But actually with F-Series it's so different. Obviously we've had some difficulties with the group, and I think that's just natural to have issues, you know, day-to-day tasks with, you know, getting things ready and stuff, but I feel like we've got a really good system going. Obviously me and Charlotte are on social media, graphics, all that type of stuff, and then Donnie and Steph are on editing, and we've got a really good system going. I love working with Charlotte so much on social media, like you can't understand. She's the easiest person to work with, and it's amazing, and we're just really good at being able to split ourselves between personal and professional, and I think that's a big thing that not many people can do, but we're very, very good at it. So I just have learned to work into a group, and we've learned to love working with a group.
So yeah, my one thing before joining F-Series that I didn't know was just how good feeder series is, and F2 and F3. My favourite is F2, but I get up and watch F3 now. Kira will be proud of me. She is literally the reason that we all watch F2 and F3, so yeah.
One thing that I didn't know before joining F-Series was 100% how good Formula E was, and I will 100% attribute my love of Formula E to Kira, Jack Nichols, who is the commentator if you are unaware, and Dawny when she made her Formula E livery tier list video. That, I don't know, but I was just like, oh, this gold and black car is really cool. That was the Tachita at the time, and I think it still is black and gold. But yeah, the three of them helped me fall in love with Formula E, and it's not something I would have done before meeting the girls, because they just kind of helped me fall into it, and now I am genuinely obsessed. I absolutely love it, so thank you, Jack, Kira and Dawny.
There is so much stuff that we want to do. Obviously we've done this throughout lockdowns, we've only been able to do things, you know, from the camera, but there's so many things we're going to be able to do. We're going to do real life content creation, we're going to be going to events, even some at the moment we have actually booked, so things are coming already, but there's going to be so many more things we can eventually do, and we can go out. I just see the future is bright. We want to carry on pushing for females within motorsports. We want to carry on putting our name out there. We want to create just a big community that we can end up having, that everyone can come to us, feel safe here, love our content, and we just want to push for that. So we're going to be building things even more, we're going to be doing things even more as a group, and we're just going to be having the best time. We're going to be living our best lives, you know, maybe an F-Series group trip to Baku next year or the year after. I can see it happening.
I have so many positive hopes for F-Series and where F-Series is going. I don't know where that may be, but we're all in it for the long run, and it's been such a positive experience so far. I just want to kind of continue with what we're doing, because we've created this incredible community of people as well who watch our content and who are helping forge the way for females in motorsport, and I just think that that is the that is the best thing that's come out of F Series. I've become so much more aware of the females that do exist within this industry, and it's made me appreciate them so much more, and each of us are individually trying to forge our way in this series, and it's going fantastically well for all of us right now. So yeah, there's nothing but positive things in the future for F Series, and we'll be together for the foreseeable future.
I just want us to grow and continue having like all this success. Like, I want you guys to keep coming along, and yeah, I just want us to carry on how we're doing, because we're doing really well, and I just love the girls and I love all you guys. So yeah, please just keep coming to watching us and keep talking to us on Twitter and in the Discord and on TikTok, because I really do love this and I love being in this group, and I never want that to change.
I very much live in the moment and just take it here and now. So what, I've genuinely not even thought about the future for F Series. I think just keep going as we are and have fun. I think that's the key thing, just have fun and enjoy it. Kind of there's no point us making amazing content for you guys to watch if we're not enjoying it. So yeah, I think just keep having fun, see what we can do, have a laugh, and yeah, hopefully keep making videos that you do like and we enjoy making. But yeah, thank you so much as well for everyone who has watched and interacted with us over the past year. I cannot believe it was a year ago that we made our first video, and we have come such a long way, and it's been so lovely to be part of the journey. Cliche. But yeah, I'm gonna go now before I sound any more cringe, but thank you.
So this is just a final note from us girls at F Series here, just to say a massive thank you to every single one of you who have liked our videos, watched our videos, followed us on Twitter, subscribed to us on YouTube, gone into our Discord, everything. Without you guys, none of this would have been possible. We can't believe we've actually got to a year already. The time has flown by, but we have just had the most amazing time. So I hope you all did enjoy this video anyway, and did like all of the questions that we answered. Let us know if we did answer your question down below. But yeah, we just want to say thank you so much for your support. It means the world. We cannot wait for all the other adventures we have got coming up. This is never going to be the end of F Series. We're going to keep going. We've got so much planned. We cannot wait to get it out for you guys. But yeah, girls, have you got anything else you want to say to everybody?
Just thank you.
Just
Yeah.
thank you,
Really big
thank
And
you.
thanks, girls, for bringing me into the gang, and now I'm part of
the
this
gang.
incredible journey that we're on now. So thanks, girls.
No worries, but yeah, love all my girls so
Worries.
much. We're so excited to do some more content together. We cannot wait for you guys to come on our journey with us. So yeah, just thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We hope you did enjoy this video. Like the video and subscribe to our channel so you carry on with the next year that we do as F Series. Bye!